the most dangerous excuse that men tell themselves? I'm just waiting for the right time. Gents, that single sentence has killed more dreams, closed more businesses, and destroyed more marriages, and has crushed more potential than any actual failure ever has. And I know this because, like most of you, I have done this again and again. Seriously, this excuse has cost me years of my life that I will never get back. Now, logically and biologically, this excuse makes a lot of sense. You see, as human beings, we are wired to avoid unnecessary risk. For most of human history, waiting for the right time, that hesitation actually saved your life. You waited to hunt when the weather was good, when the odds were in your favor. You didn't move in advance of the tribe, you moved with the tribe. You waited for the right moments and it kept your ancestors alive. Well, nowadays we're not moving around, or at least most of us aren't moving around in hunter-gatherer groups. And hesitation isn't actually helping with our survival, it's actually holding us back. And the culture we live in doesn't help at all. Wait till you finish school before starting that business. Stick around for a few extra years, get that promotion before you go out there looking for a better job. Wait till you're in a relationship. Wait till your kids are older. Let's let things settle down. But gents, I take it you've noticed that things are never going to settle down. In fact, if you listen to the news, for the 10th time this year, we've had a once-in-a-lifetime event happen. Seriously, 1,000-year events in the economy and geopolitics seem to be happening every other day. Gents, you know this, and you know it's not going to slow down. You're always going to have another responsibility. There's always going to be another distraction, another excuse that, yeah, when you look at it logically, makes sense why you should wait. And the reality is so many of us wait because it feels smart. It feels safe. It feels like, and we're told by others, it's the right thing to do. And because we don't take action, because we don't start, because we don't fail, we actually start to believe that we're making the right choice by not taking action because it protects our fragile ego. Seriously, if your idea for starting a business, if you never start it, guess what? It's always got potential, at least in your mind. That relationship that you won't commit to, that you keep avoiding, well, as long as you do that, you're never going to experience heartache, you're never going to be let down, and you're not going to let anyone else down. And the funny thing is, the smarter you are, the better you are at coming up with excuses, reasons why you're procrastinating. I'm researching, I'm planning, I'm learning from others. I'm waiting for the right one. I'm waiting for the right conditions. And gents, the psychological effects are real because the more you avoid taking action, the more your brain is wired to think of avoidance as part of your identity. Neuroscientists actually call this Hebbian learning, which basically means you become what you repeatedly do. So every day that you hesitate, you procrastinate, you put it off, you're waiting for the right moment, well, your identity becomes one of hesitation and procrastination. And that, gentlemen, is deadly. So what's the path out? How to break free? Well, gents, in my experience and research, it's actually relatively simple. In fact, I'm going to break it into 5 steps. But before I get into them, be warned that simple doesn't mean easy. It's a small distinction, but an important one because so many men try to do this alone. And so if you need help, stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to give you an insight that I think could change everything. Step number 1, have clarity. Think back to the last time you had clarity on where you wanted to go with your life. For most of us, it's when we were a kid. People asked us all the time, what do you want to be when you grow up? For me, initially, I wanted to be a paleontologist. Then it was a Texas Ranger. I then eventually settled on becoming a doctor, which didn't actually happen. But because I had clarity on where I wanted to go, I knew that I needed to go to college. I knew even what I needed to study, pre-med, right? Which, by the way, I did not like. Organic chemistry sucked. And I decided, you know what, let's just do something easy. Let's join the United States Marine Corps. I went in, had a great time, 5 years as an officer of Marines. But that's a whole other story. My point, gentlemen, when you have clarity, it's a lot easier to take steps in the direction you want to go to achieve your goals. But the reality is most men, especially in their late 20s, in their 30s, they stop having clarity on where they want to go. Working with hundreds of men, I've discovered that they have a vivid vision, a very clear understanding of where they want to go that's so detailed that they could literally feed it into AI and get an image of exactly where they want to go, how they're going to feel, where they want to be. Guys, that clarity of vision has a huge effect on breaking men free to move forward. Next up, we've got motivation. One small action. Now, the problem with motivation is that most people think you need motivation to go after your dreams, to go after the goals. That's actually backwards. Motivation doesn't come before you take action. Motivation comes after you take action. Seriously, behavioral scientists call this activation energy. So you don't need to be motivated to go to the gym in the morning. You just simply need to go to the gym in the morning, and then you will be motivated once you're there. And that's why it's important. Not only do you have vision and clarity of where you want to go, but you've got a step-by-step roadmap. And those first few steps, they are tiny ones. I remember talking to my dentist. I wasn't flossing for the longest time, and he's like, hey, just floss one tooth. And I was like, really? Just one? He's like, here's the deal. When you floss one tooth, you're going to floss the rest of them. You're going to feel stupid, not doing all your teeth. But when you set the goal low, you're more likely to do it. Now, I applied this to going to the gym. I just simply walk into the gym. I am free to leave at any point once I've walked in. That counts as a workout day. But here's the deal. In the last 10 years, I've only walked out maybe twice. And both times I wasn't feeling too well. I just had something else on. I mean, those were very rare instances. So focusing on the small wins, have a step-by-step guide that's broken into small enough chunks that you can build the momentum. Next up, let's talk about community. Your environment shapes you. We've all heard that we become the average of the people we surround ourselves with. But gents, there's tons of research on this. If you hang out with larger people that are overweight, guess what? You are more likely to be overweight. If you hang out with people that are closed-minded, they've stopped growing and they don't want to grow, guess what? This is going to negatively affect you. Gents, the reality is if you want to get in better shape, if you want to build more wealth, if you want to achieve great things, you have to surround yourself with the right people. The scientific term for this is called social mimicry wiring. Your brain mirrors the behavior of your tribe. It's something that a lot of us think we are powerful enough to resist. Nobody is strong enough to resist this over the long term. Next up, you need to be open to coaching. I mean, think about it. Look at all the Olympians out there. Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar. All of these amazing athletes, what do they have in common? They have all been coached. They have been open to getting better, to working with somebody who has an outside perspective. Seriously, I have a coach. He's always like, hey, you are inside the cup. The problem is you can't see the outside of the cup. A coach gives you that outside perspective. Anyone recognize this guy? One of my best friends, amazing person. Love you, Alpha M. But seriously, the right coach can totally change your mindset by reminding you of what you are capable of, helping you raise your own standards, and when you respect them, they can hold you to your word. And speaking of being held to your word, let's talk about accountability. So the problem with keeping your goals private is that when you quit, it's invisible. But when your goals are visible, especially to a group, to a community that you respect, to a coach that you look up to, well, in this case, you can't help but rise to the occasion. Because let's face it, gents, a little bit of healthy pressure, a little bit of healthy heat, well, pressure and heat, what does that create? Diamonds from coal. And when those around us that we've committed to expect our best, we perform to our best. So gentlemen, please quit using the excuse, I'm waiting for the right time. There is no perfect moment. There is no tomorrow. I always love that scene from Rocky 3. But seriously, gents, even Rocky didn't go it alone. And that's why I want to give you an insight. I have created, I think, to be one of the most amazing communities out there called Health, Wealth, Purpose. If you can imagine, it's like a king's council. You are the king. You are running your life. But still, you want to have smart, experienced men with unique perspectives, guys that have your back, like-minded warriors that can give you their perspectives, their insights to help you become the man you know yourself to be. And everything we just talked about, clarity, motivation, community, coaching, and accountability, I have built into this group. And so if you want to learn more, if you are tired of sitting on the sidelines of your own life, well, gentlemen, go over to Health, Wealth, Purpose and check out what we're doing. We've got an application form. I talk to every single person to make sure there's a good fit. And seriously, I'd love to be a small part helping you step up to become that man that's going to change the world, that's going to go after his dreams, that's going to finally live the life that he was meant to. So again, gents, I'm putting the link down in the description of today's video, or just go over to healthwealthpurpose.com and check out what we're doing. I've got more information over there. So again, use that link, go check out what we're doing at Health, Wealth, Purpose. I appreciate you guys. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Oh yeah, come on, boom, right there. But seriously, take some action. Check out Health, Wealth, Purpose. It's an amazing community. Love to see you inside.